Hey guys, it's here, and this is a very, very special interview that I'm doing with a superstar, Reshveen, who's been in the value investing space for years. He's actually personally learned using the Buffett methodology of investing and things like that. And the reason I'm actually recording this interview with Reshveen is because he was able to take his business from $1 million a year to $1 million a week by implementing the principles that he had learned from me and all the different systems, the freedom business model. So first of all, Reshveen, this has been, I think this is such a fulfilling moment for me where you're sharing your results based on whatever you've been implementing using my model here. That's awesome. Yeah.
Dude, I want to share with you something, Siddharth, right? So guys, for those of you all who don't know me, I've spoken with Siddharth all over India, right? Literally all over on Success Gyan stages, right? So it's been my absolute pleasure. We've grown as friends, right? I've known his wife, his family, right? So it's been an absolutely amazing journey, right? So Siddharth actually was sharing with me some of the things some of his principles, some of his business models, back last year, right?
Yeah.
And listened and I learned, I took a lot of notes. And, I got very, very, very serious about it, especially early this year, right? And I've been, Siddharth, I'm sorry, man, but I've really been modeling you, right? I've been modeling. I watch everything, man. You might not know this, but I see your emails, I see webinars. He started out by asking me to watch his webinar. I watch his webinar. I model his webinar because, everything for me was basically offline, right? I was looking for somebody who can really guide me online, and I found Siddharth. And my entire life changed because I started modeling how he actually did his webinars, how he wrote his emails, how he's built his Facebook group, all of it, every single thing, right? So Siddharth puts out a lot of good content. I try to keep up as much as possible, but here's the thing: the most important thing is implementation, right? It's not just being a person who just consumes Siddharth content every single day. Hey man, what's the point of consuming every single day but you don't apply anything? The most important thing is to apply. And there's a few key things that Siddharth has done that I've applied in my business to absolutely explode my business. Like what Siddharth actually mentioned, my business, I went last year, I collected the 2 Common Cup Award. We're supposed to go together, but for some reason he couldn't make it. Right? We're supposed to go together. I told him, bro, let's go. Right? And I told him I'm collecting my 2 Common Club Award. 2 Common Club, for those who don't know, is $1 million in a funnel. Right? So I achieved that last year. So I went on stage to collect it from Russell Brunson. But this year, after attending ClickFunnels, something in my mind just shifted. I was around $1 million entrepreneurs. I talk about surrounding yourself with the right people. I went there and I see 21-year-old boys who made $1 million in 28 days.
Wow.
And I'm like, $1 million is nothing, right? I have to think bigger. Last time, all I thought about was, $1 million. And then I came there and I was like, wow, it's really nothing. And, I applied the principles. I made some good friends. I applied the principles. I kept watching what Sid was doing, and my entire business transformed. I went from, doing what I did in 1 year in 1 week. It's been incredible, man.
Amazing, amazing. Just tell us about, what was that moment just before you got into this journey? Because I know you were doing a lot of traveling, and I think due to the pandemic situation, everything changed even for you. So just walk us through that phase. Like, are you a technical person? Were you able to do all of these on your own, or did you have teams to do it? Just walk us through that entire journey of that 1 or 2 months of like intensive learning for you to prepare yourself for these kind of results. Yeah.
So, okay, let me share with you something. I think Sid is quite a technical guy. I don't know, right? Like he has his website and sids.co and he has all these special links and stuff. Like, to be honest, I am the least technical guy you can ever meet. Like, brother, let me share with you something. Let me share with you a story, right? Like, I don't know how to use Excel. Like, you do a lot of fancy stuff on the whiteboard and all that. I am not very good. All I know to do is switch on the camera and talk. I can speak. I have one skill, I can speak. And then one more skill, I know how to use Google Forms. I know Google Forms and I have MailChimp, right, to send emails. It's the only 2 things I know. So I collect my leads using Google Forms, which doesn't cost a cent. I use MailChimp, which I subscribe for free. Now I pay for it because my list has grown.
Yeah.
I use these 2 things. I still haven't learned about Zapier and connecting and all that automation. I haven't learned it yet. I'm not exactly savvy. I have my team right now deal with it. But for me, I use these 2 things. That's it. And then I created a course using Teachable and I ran with it. Everything that I do, brother, everything that I do, I try to do it for free. Right? I don't invest too much in, funky resources. You don't need it, man. Nowadays, everything is available for free, right? So I just use these few things and that's it. I took it to the next level, literally.
So how long did it take for you to build the course and remodel your entire structure? I know you had a course before, but did you have to remodel the whole thing following like this new methodology?
I took, right, following what Sid taught me, I took 6 hours to complete it.
Nice. Your level 1.
Yeah, my level 1, right? Exactly what he taught me and my team, right? I did exactly what he told me to do. I sat in my office at 7 p.m. I remember very, very clearly, December. I sat in my office 7 p.m. And what I did very simply was I left the office at 3 a.m. and my course was completed. It's completed. I uploaded it. And my first thing the first thing which I did was I uploaded it on Udemy.
Okay.
Right? Which is free, completely free, right? You get a worldwide audience, you get everything. I put it on Udemy, right? So it was on Udemy. It became a bestseller on Udemy. But I realized that Udemy was taking a lot of my margins and stuff, but I used it as a base for me to collect a lot of leads.
Yes.
And from there, I channeled my Udemy leads into my program. So it didn't cost me a cent. It took me 6 hours. I did what Sid told me to do. And then from my course, I started building my level 2, my level 3, my level 4, and everything exploded.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let us go into the $1 million week. How did you prepare for it? And what exactly led to it? If you can walk us through the step by steps.
Sure. Absolutely, no problem at all. So with regards to the $1 million week, I cannot take credit for it. My team was vital in it, right? So hey man, I do not ever call me self-made. I'm not self-made. The only reason I am where I am today is because of my team. It's because of my parents' prayers. It's because of my wife who's always supporting me. I'm not self-made. I'm not a one-man show. There's a lot of people who are behind me. I have my entire community behind me. So Team Rex, if you're watching this, hey man, you know that, you guys have been supporting me and I thank you so much for it. I'm not self-made. I'm only who I am because of your support. So that's number 1. All right. Number 2, step by step. Okay. So let me share with you. So, Sid, there's one important thing that you thought and Russell Brunson thought that I really apply my business, which is give your best stuff for free. Right? There's a lot of stuff which you share on your YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff which you share on your Facebook group, which is honestly speaking $1 million value. Right, guys? If you don't know Sid, follow his YouTube. I'm telling you, there's $1 million information which he gives for free. Right? Literally for free. So I decided to do that. I decided to give my best stuff for free. Right? Last time I was very guarded over my best stuff, but this time I was like, hey, the pandemic, people are suffering. Why not? I just give my best stuff that can really change your life and give it for free. And as a result, I had a mass influx of people coming into my funnels.
Okay.
Right? Because again, guys, this is not my first gig. I've been doing this for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
I have a sizable following and everything. People who follow me, who know me as an expert in the investing space. But when I started giving my best for free, people were like, whoa, this guy who is on NEC stages, speaking all over the world, he's giving his secrets for free. And they started flooding. The floodgates open. Right? The floodgates literally open. So, hey, once I got them into my funnel, I started nurturing them.
Okay.
I said, with regards to how much effort I put in, right? A lot of people, they think that, $1 million simple. Hey man, I put in a lot of work, right? What do I mean by a lot of work? I interact with my audience as much as 3-4 times a day. I literally, no joke, brother. I interact with them as much as 3-4 times a day. Sometimes at night, I can be with them on a call for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, right? But hey, it's fine with me. I enjoy doing it and I don't have to travel. I'm at home. I live the Sid life. Yes. Finally, I told him, Sid, I want to live your life instead of traveling everywhere. How can I stay at home? And now, finally, I get to be like Sid. I get to be like my role model. I'm so happy. So anyways, I still remember, right? I always tell my team your story about Amapa.
Yes.
Right? About how your child, calls you Amapa because you're always at home. You're like a mother, right? Always at home sending your kids to school. And I was like, wow, so inspired by that,
Yeah.
and I told myself, right? Because Sid, as you know, brother, I'm getting married very soon.
Awesome. Congrats on that. Yeah. All of you type congratulations in the comment box. Yeah. Nice.
Yes, I'm getting married very soon. And I'm, planning to have kids very soon as well. right? And most importantly, brother, I don't want to ever go back to the days where I have to travel nonstop and not be there for my family. I don't want that. I don't think I want that anymore. Sure, I'll
Mm.
travel. I love traveling. I love the world. But
Mm.
hey, man, I wanna be there with my wife. I wanna be there with my family. So I've made more money in this pandemic
Yeah.
ever before. But most importantly, I've got closer with my family. I've
Mm.
got closer to my wife. I've got closer to all of them.
Awesome.
Every area of my life is working just simply
Mm.
because I'm at home,
Mm.
right? I can jump on a Zoom call right now. After that, I can go and watch a movie with my wife and come
Mm.
back, jump on a Zoom call with somebody else. Like,
Mhm.
it's so much better. And I don't have to move. I have to move 5 meters,
Mm.
right? So, I love that, right? So guys, the freedom business model, it really works, right? It really works. And guess what? It doesn't have to be complicated. Until today, I don't have a mic set up. Sid looks so professional. I feel like all I'm doing is using my, I don't even have that, right? But you don't need all of that. Just start,
Mm.
produce, be consistent, produce, and eventually you'll get there,
Mm.
right? So anyways, so your question was, step by step.
Yeah.
So I gave my best stuff for free,
Free. Mm.
right? They came into my funnel. And what I did was I massaged them up my value ladder,
Got it. Mm.
right?
And
So
how big was your list at that point of time? Because you've been doing a lot of trainings before this. I
yep,
mean, how
yep.
big was your database if for preparing this launch? Yeah.
Sure. My email list, which I use primarily, was my email. Dude, I don't have nothing compared to yours, bro. My
Mm.
email list was under 1,000 people. It was
1,000
1,500
people.
people.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Mm.
didn't have much. All of this started just in March, right?
Okay.
About under 1,000 people, and then I didn't have a Facebook group of my own. I didn't
Mm.
have that. I didn't have Telegram. I didn't have any of that. But
Mm.
I just followed you, right? You asked me to
Mm.
do Facebook and all that. So I
Yeah.
decided to create a Facebook group. Right now it's grown, but right now, like just to share with you my numbers, my Facebook group has slightly over 5,000 people,
Nice. Mm.
right? 5,000 people. My
Mm.
Telegram as of now has about 7,000
Mm.
and 7,000, and my YouTube channel has about 2.9
Okay.
subscribers,
Nice.
right? So I only have those numbers, and guys, honestly speaking, these numbers are nothing, right? As in the big spectrum of things, right? For those of you all
Yeah.
who are starting out, you might think, oh, that's so big, but in the big spectrum of things, it's really small, right? Like as compared to Sid, I have a lot less influence, as in a lot less people following me, right? Bro, Sid, in your Facebook group, how many people do you have?
I think at this point around 65K. Yeah.
65. Wow, that's
Mm.
incredible, man. Guys,
Mm.
learn from Sid, right? So
Mm.
the only difference between me and Sid is that Sid started earlier than me, right?
Yeah.
Will I get there eventually? If Sid can do it, I can do it. Right? I know.
Yeah. I think revenue wise, you have like taken it to a whole new level. That's amazing. Like the fact that you're able to take this idea, the same idea, but I mean the way that you were able to take to a million a week. Now that is something which is amazing. So you gave away free stuff with a small list. I mean, how were you able to pull so much money out of it?
See, the thing is, it's not about the size of your following. It's
Mm.
about how much your following actually trusts you, how much
Mm.
they like you, and how much value you bring to the table. At the end of the day,
Absolutely.
it's never about the numbers, right? I know people with like $100,000 list who are
Mm.
broke, right? Who are broke. They can't even get their following to do anything,
Mm.
right? Hey man, you don't need. So Tony Robbins talks about getting to 1,000 raving fans,
Yeah.
and get to 1,000 raving fans, you're set for life. You don't
Yeah.
ever have to worry about money anymore,
Mm.
right? How do you get to 1,000 raving fans? I think I have built up 1,000 raving fans,
Mm.
right? Raving fans who are raving. What do I mean by raving? They'll do anything, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, they will support you all the way through. They'll speak about you. They'll talk about you. Yeah, I think I'll build that to that level,
Mm.
right? So that's all it is, right? How do you add value such that they become like, there's no other option. If they're going to talk about investing, they're going to talk about me, right? So I
Mm.
don't believe in competition. I believe in domination.
Mm. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, right. So again, in my space, my question that I ask is, hey, how can I dominate, right? Such that
Mm.
there's no other viable options. Like, hey, you want to learn about investing? You come to Resh. That's it.
Yeah. So how did you create that? Was it Facebook ads or was it like you had that list of 1,000 people, you over delivered value, gave a lot of stuff for free, and then you start to bring them through your value ladder.
Sure.
So how was that process? Was it like through weekly webinars, weekly calls,
Okay.
one-to-one high ticket closing, or what methodologies did you use? Yeah.
Okay. So let me share you something. Until
Mm.
today, so again, okay, let me just be very upfront. I do have my team running my ad.
Mm.
Personally, I've never run a Facebook ad in my life. I
Mm.
don't even know how to run a Facebook ad, but I know a lot about marketing, right?
Mm.
So I've never run a Facebook ad in my life. I don't know about Facebook ads. And primarily, let me just share with you, I've never, see, all of this started, see, I just want to share with you some stats,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I just want to share with you some stats. So what happened was this, we actually launched this event called Extreme Wealth Summit.
Mm.
We actually launched a summit called Extreme Wealth Summit. This was a brainchild idea of mine. One day I had this idea to actually conduct this summit. Right, very soon you're going to be speaking at my summit as well.
Yes.
So I actually, we will talk about that later maybe, right? So Extreme Wealth Summit, I created this summit. And brother, I did this, I had this idea and then we executed next week. So we had 5 days prep time,
Mm. Okay.
right? We tried to run ads, but the ad account got shut
Okay.
because it was extreme wealth, and you know how Facebook can be a
Mm.
complete, especially with these keywords and everything. So we didn't manage to run ads,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
We did not manage to run ads. At the end of the day, all we managed to spend was about $5,000.
Okay.
That's
Mm.
it, right? But with that, we managed to pull in into our group slightly over 10,000 people
Amazing. How
with
did you
five.
do that? Yeah. This is through emails, networks.
It was mainly through our my following affiliating.
Mm.
Right? Again,
Yes.
secret very, very simply was getting my friends to share. Right? My
Got it.
dream knew that, it's going to be crazy for them to share. And hey, in 5 days, brother, like in 5 days, right? And I only spent about, that amount, right? But the amount that we generated in terms of revenue was in the multiple six figures,
Wow.
right? I also raised money for charity. And that one week, I actually raised $200,000.
Amazing. Amazing. All of you just type amazing in the comment box. $200,000 in charity that you raised from that one event.
From that one event, I raised $200,000, and that money went to actually bless children with rare disorders. It went to bless children who didn't have money to go to school. It
Mm.
actually blessed many families who didn't have enough money to
Mm.
who don't have a lot of money because of the COVID situation and all that.
Yeah.
It went to bless many, many people. $200,000, right? It went a
Mm.
long way. And hey, all of that I did in one week, right? So so again, it's crazy. So the thing is, do you really have to become a master at Facebook ads and all that? Honestly, in my personal opinion, not really, right?
Mm.
The most important thing is you must understand that in any business, your business is a people business.
Yeah.
I always use this saying. I love this saying, right? Which is love people, use money,
Mm.
right? The problem in most businesses, especially around the world, is they have it wrong.
Yeah.
They use people and they love money.
Mm.
If you're following a leader who loves money and uses his people, his business will die. His people will
Absolutely.
not want to stay with him. If you're
Mm.
like Siddharth, who loves his people and uses his money, then your business will flourish. Right, guys? 4 words,
Mm.
right? Love people, use money. Money to me is just a tool. It's just a
Yeah.
tool. I love my people. And because I love my people, they love me back.
Mm. That's
And
that's
simple.
fantastic. Yeah, and I have to thank my mentors. Like we are learning from the same mentors, Blair Singer and others. I mean, this went in so deep. These concepts have gone in so deep thanks to these mentors have actually guided us over the years. So if you're able to see that, Reshi, if you're telling my name on that I love people and I use money, it's only because of my mentors. Okay, I have
Hey,
to attribute
for
that.
sure, dude.
Yes.
Again, yes, we both learned under the right people. See, guys, I want to
Mm.
share with you something. It's important. It's very, very important for you all to find mentors. But what's the most important thing is not to just find any mentors. You got to find mentors with the right values, right?
Yes.
For me, from the very beginning, I found the right mentors with the right values. I didn't just follow somebody because he had a Ferrari or Lamborghini, right?
Mm.
I actually asked what were his values. So when I looked at Sid, the first question I actually asked was, I asked him questions about his family, right? And he shared pictures about his family. I wanted to find out about his values, what was really important to him. And I found out that for him, what's very, very important to him is his family, right? And, I saw his pictures of his family, his kid and everything. And I said, this is a good man, right? If he's teaching stuff, I'm sure he's legit. And he's done so much stuff for free for me, right? Like I cannot take it. I'm like,
Mhm.
I can't, like, it's too much, right? He's given me so much in my life, right? I've asked him, like, hey, can he get on a call? He gets on a call, and my team shows them the entire funnel, shows them everything. Oh, this is how you build your level 1, level 2. And I don't know whether he had anything to gain, right? I don't even know whether he had anything to gain. So I was like, I can't take this anymore. I need to work something out so that Sid can actually, I can introduce him to my team. Guys, I'm telling you, if there's one guy who I learned from, which got my business to the next level, it is this man right here. His name is Siddharth.
Thank you. Thank
His
you for
name
sharing,
is
really.
Siddharth. So guys, please, please, please follow this man, right? And I'm so thankful because India has really blessed me so much, right? India has really blessed me so much because of Suren, because Success Gyan. They have this motto, which is bringing the world's best to India and bringing India's best to the world, right? So Suren has been bringing some of the top blast singer, Robert Kiyosaki, all these people to India for you guys, right? And Suren, Siddharth has spoken on the platforms as well. And so yes, I actually recently created this summit,
Yeah.
right? Where I have some of my best friends, and I invited Siddharth to come and speak because, hey man, I feel Siddharth's message is to go to the world,
Thank you
right?
for inviting me. Yeah.
Dude, I only invite the best. All the speakers who I've invited are my friends who know who I know can deliver the best value. Siddharth is one of them. You have to listen to him.
Thank you, Resh. And guys, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, I'll actually give a link over there and you can register for that, event that we're going to be doing. What's it called and what is the intention of that summit? There's a deeper cause to it, right? Can you tell
Yeah,
us about it? Yeah.
so the event is called the Uncaged Summit. It's
Mm.
about uncaging yourself from your financial, physical, mental, whatever barriers they are facing is about uncaging yourself. We have different mentors who are coming to speak about mind, about body, about business. People like Siddharth, people like myself teaching about how you can actually get to the next level in your finances, all of that. We have all these different teams over 7 days, right? But most importantly, right, my company is built on a principle of giving first, all right?
Mm.
So again, just as similar to Extreme Wealth Summit, we're actually going to be raising money as well for different causes. You see, it's very, very interesting. During the pandemic, what has happened around the world is the amount of donations and giving has significantly dropped.
Mm.
I don't know if you actually know this, but in Singapore, I don't know about India, but in Singapore, Singapore people are very generous and everything. But because
Yeah.
of the pandemic, people have actually, stopped. And, many of these charitable organizations are saying that, hey, we're running out of funds. We don't have money anymore, right? Because people are
Mm.
not giving. And I'm like, wow, right? See, here's the thing. It's very, very interesting. Once people lose their jobs, a lot of people cut their giving. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wrong. Don't cut your blessings. Cut your expenses, but don't stop your giving, man.
Mm.
Right? Sorry, I feel very, very passionate about this because why?
Yes.
That's your source of blessing. When you give, you get blessed back in return. Right? Both me and Siddharth believe in this. So don't cut your giving, man. Right? So again, there's this saying, right? Like this is what I believe. When you get blessed financially, don't raise your standard of living, raise your standard of giving.
Giving.
I really believe in this one quote. And very, very simply, the converse remains as well. When for whatever reason, maybe you're watching this and you lost your job, maybe you got a pay cut. But if that happens, do not lower your standard of giving. At least maintain your standard of giving. And in fact, if you want to get out of the cycle, increase your standard of giving. And I'm telling you, God Himself will work for you. I really, really, truly believe this. Why? Because I'm a recipient. I have lived those principles in my life ever since I was a young boy, right? So, anyways, we are raising money for different charities in India. We're actually raising money for organization in India as well. To actually support the elderly, right? Elderly and abandoned. So
Yeah.
again, we're supporting this project to actually raise money for them as well. So we have different foundations. We are raising money for 4 different foundations across Singapore, Malaysia, India, and the US.
Okay.
All right. So guys, I want you to tune in. I want you to sign up, and it's completely for free, right? So again, the link is there. Siddharth, again, I think you'll add a lot of value to your audience. Seriously, huge value. And sign up. It's completely for free. And
Yeah.
oh, you got to get ready for sit on the world stage. I can't wait. It's going to be
Thank
crazy.
you, Resh. Thank you. And not just me, I mean, how many speakers are there totally? What's the total speakers and what can people expect? It's not just one day, right? It's multiple days.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
multiple days. To be honest, I've lost count of the number of speakers. We're adding new speakers every day, so
Every day.
we're evolving the thing. Some of the highlights, we have Peng Jun, right? If you know
Okay.
Peng Jun, one of the
Yes.
world's greatest internet marketers. We have Peng Jun who's speaking as well. Of course, there's me, right? There's myself, right? But besides myself, we have people like Surendran is speaking as well.
Suren is there.
Suren is there speaking. So Suren is the chairman of Success Gyan. He's speaking on the very first day, right? 8 p.m. IST. So make sure you catch him. Richard Tan, who's the chairman of Success Resources,
Yeah.
right? Who's Suren's mentor. He's going to be there sharing as well. All right. So Richard Tan is going to be sharing. These are some names. Of course, we also have one of the head executives from Mind Valley who's
Mm.
speaking as well, right? So if any of you are fans of Vishen Lakhiani and Mind Valley, we have Mind Valley coming in to actually have a slot to actually share about their principles behind how they have actually built up their workplace and all that stuff. Oh man, it's an amazing lineup, right? Most of the times, just to share with you all the timings, right? The main keynote speakers will be coming on from about 5:30 p.m. IST.
Okay.
Right, 5:30 p.m. IST onwards, right? So that's 5:30 p.m. IST onwards. So make sure you tune in on the weekends. It's going to be packed. So on the weekends, keep yourself free. That's on the 8th and 9th of August. If not, after work, 5:30 p.m. IST onwards, it's going to be crazy. Sid is actually speaking. Do you remember which day?
I have to check the schedule once.
Okay,
It's not in my
so,
mind.
Sid is speaking on the 6th of August. And my friends, he's speaking right after Peng Jun. Right. So again, he's speaking right after Peng Jun. It's going to be crazy. A lot of people are going to be tuning in. So Peng Jun followed by Siddharth. It's going to be crazy, man.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. And guys, if you're watching this, in my YouTube description, there's a link, go pick it up. And if you're watching this recording after the event, you may have a link to the next forthcoming event, what Resh is working on. So just tune in and be there for that, because Resh is working on multiple events like this, even in the future. Awesome. So Resh, let's close the loop on that, on the $1 Million Week. Okay. So how were you able to process that many sales in a short span of time? Was it in one webinar, or was it in 2 webinars, or how were you able to generate that many sales?
Okay, so basically, very, very simply, we have high ticket offers as well.
High ticket, okay, fine.
We have high ticket offers. So very, very simply, again, high ticket offers, which led to consultations, which led to basically closing, right? So so that's basically how it's done, right? So again, like if you think about $1 million, right? If you break it up, it's 100 grand times 10.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Or it's 50 grand times 20. Right? Or it's 10 grand times 100. Right? So again, like work out the numbers, right? And very simply, right? I have products which are from free to $50,000 to $100,000, for example.
Got it.
Right? So it's always about stacking. So again, I have this entire value ladder which I've actually built out. Right? Again, leveraging all my contacts and all my different, all my years of experience, all these things. So again, that's what I did. And very simply, it was a combination of, it was very simply by offering the higher ticket items. That's it. I want to share with you this simple analogy, Siddharth, which I learned from Fun Hacking Life.
Yeah.
So it was, back in the day, the Wright brothers, they created aeroplanes.
Yeah.
Okay, they created aeroplanes. And what happened was this. So all these airlines, they were earning the same amount of money, right? Around off about the same amount of money. And then there's this one airline suddenly whose revenue just was like double. Right? It was double. It was crazy. And then, so they went to analyze, see, how come this airline is earning so much money? And all they did was this. All they did was they chopped their plane into half. And in front it was business class. Right? And then they doubled the revenue. Yes. Interesting. Right? 6 months later, there was another airline which tripled the revenue. And they're like, what did they do? And all they did was they chopped the aeroplane into 3 segments: economy, business, first class. Yes. And they tripled the revenue. You must understand that some customers are willing to pay first class, and some customers are willing to pay economy. It doesn't mean that they treat them any less. You always treat them as your best customers. But there's some customers who you serve champagne to. Right? And there's some customers you serve apple juice to.
Yes.
So, I learned that principle and I was like, wow, that's incredible. How can I apply that to my business? And that's that's basically what I did to make a lot more money, man.
Amazing. So it was the value that you had been giving, so much of the free value that you've been giving, that you have to build the tribe who are really like those 1,000 raving fans. And then when you offered them the high ticket programs through a consultation model, I mean, that is how you're able to close,
Absolutely.
$1 million worth of sales in just 1 week. Amazing. All of you just type amazing in the comment box. Yes, that is really something to, to keep in mind, because the effort to sell a low ticket or a high ticket is the same. It's just a matter of, establishing that value on what they're going to get, at the high ticket level, and then 100%. Going about it. Awesome. So thank you, Resh. I think this interview has been brilliant. All of you watching this, please follow Resh. I'm going to be giving some links below, to his Telegram group. I'm going to give the link to the upcoming event that's going to be happening. So, be there for that event and even the future events that are going to be coming after this. And more importantly is this, Resh, if you had to break it down into like one success principle that you live your life by. I know there are many success principles, but if you have to bring it down to just one, which has created the maximum impact in your life, what would that be?
It's in front of me. I keep it in front of me. Guys, I'm telling you this is how I live my life. It's in front of me. It's this one word. This one word is purpose.
Amazing.
Live your life with purpose. Let me read you this quote, right? Let me read you this quote. This
yes,
quote,
please. Yeah.
To be successful in a profession or in business, to become wealthy cannot be compared to making the lives of a fellow man better. This can bring immense satisfaction. How different would this world be had I not been here? This man, my friends, is Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew is the founding father of Singapore. If you think Singapore is successful, everything is because of this one man. This man brought Singapore from a fishing village to become a first world economy, right? He is our Ganidata. He's our, he's everything to us, right? And, he lived for this country. He had a vision like nobody had. He was a true leader. Go and check him out. Lee Kuan Yew is his name. And, I put him in front of me every day. I model after certain leaders.
Yeah.
And if there's one leader that I model after and how I built my company after, it is Lee Kuan Yew. I built my company right now like Singapore. I want to build it like how Singapore built its economy, right? That's how I think, guys. When I'm building my company, I'm not building a company. I'm thinking of how can I build it like a country, right? And so, so I'm living the principles of Lee Kuan Yew. I look at him every day. I wake up and I see his face, right? And I look at this quote, purpose. So in one line, live your life with purpose.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Rash. I think it was a great interview. Guys watching this, please share your comments below on what were your key takeaways and learnings from this segment. Yeah, achieving $1 million per week is possible. Okay. And he's proved it. And I'm on my way to chase you on that, Resh. Yeah, I've not hit that milestone yet, but yes, I want to model you now exactly with what we have said, and take it forward in my business. And everyone else watching in our community here, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure that you're tuned in for all the future updates that I'm going to be sharing on interviews like this. And Resh, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for what you're doing and the impact, more than the money that you're making, the kind of impact that you're creating with the charities you're giving. It is truly heartwarming. And I want to really thank you for who you are, and for the amazing work that you're doing. So the goal for the next event is what, 1 million in charity? Is that the number in your mind?
Yes, $1 million in charity, right? And I believe we will smash that goal.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.